Hey everyone, this is Bales. I'm looking at NFL player models, and I wanted to show you the options we have for you to build a lineup. And this is version 2 of our player models, where you can select player pools, exclude players, create groups, and things like that. So here on the left, you can see you can manually select players who you like or do not like. You can unlike all at once. You can like all. I generally start with all of the players unliked, select who I would like to potentially be in lineups. On the right hand side here, we have the ability to create a model. We have our news, which we update faster than anyone in DFS and really in fantasy sports. And then below that is the build lineups and stacks area. So I'll start with stacks. And when you like players, those are the ones who can potentially show up into this area. So we have quarterback and wide receiver. We will like 4 quarterbacks, so just like the top 4. So Bortles, Tyrod, Flacco, and Dalton. I believe I have all of the receivers currently liked. So if we build the top quarterback and receiver stacks based on rating, it will build the optimal pairings based on this particular model, my model, using those quarterbacks who are liked. It'll only include those. So if you'd like to add a stack to the lineup builder, you can click load and it'll go into the lineup builder, and then you can do 2 different things from here. One is just build a lineup, so you could optimize it, or you can just build it in a traditional way using the locks here. So you could put in Yeldon if you'd like, Lamar Miller, and whoever else. Build the entire lineup, and then when you have a lineup that's complete, you can hit save lineup, and it'll go to the lineups tab, which is new, has all of your exposures and lineups. The second thing you can do is when you have your stacks here, you can hit save, and this will go to this new area called My Groups. This is a tab here that has particular groups of players. So you can do stacks. You can do things that aren't stacks. You can just do core. So let's say we're building a lineup for this week, and we know we want a certain guys in a bunch of lineups. So we really like Lamar Miller. These don't need to be the same team or game. Golden Tate, Jordan Matthews, and we'll put a quarterback in. And we want to go with Tyrod. So we can then save that group of 4, save to My Groups. It'll go to My Groups. And so you can see that combination here with all of their stats. Then when we go to the multi-lineup tool, which you can access with this button or here, you'll see your stacks. So there are those 4 stacks or player groups. You can set exposure to them if you'd like. And so let's say in that last one, that group of 4, we want them in 50% of lineups together. And then we build 20 lineups with that as the core. It'll generate lineups around that. So in roughly half of those, as close as we can get, you will have that core of players that you selected. So it's a really good way to just generate the types of lineups you want, or get certain guys into every type of lineup. So if there's 4 stacks or groups of players that you want to use in a given week on a site, you can add them in here, set the exposure so it adds up to 100 or less, and we'll fill in the gaps, and then build your lineups around that. So it all works in conjunction with this player pool, because those are the players who will show up in the stacks builder, or if you add a player into the lineup builder, they also will be automatically liked here. So you can see all of your liked players in my pool, all of the excluded here, the groups or stacks in this tab where you can set exposure and build lineups, and then ultimately your lineups where you can search for players, now edit, look at all of your exposures, and export right to DraftKings or FanDuel.